Alright, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I was just on my way out to go to my hometown, but I got this in yesterday and I wanted to record an unboxing on this before I left because this is a really cool item, guys. I wasn't even expecting to receive this week, but I am very excited about it. And I did open up the packaging. I haven't opened up what's inside of it yet. It's still wrapped in plastic, but I wanted to show you guys the packaging for this. This is by Udon Entertainment. It is a pretty big box, as you guys can see right here. It's like half my size. Yeah, Udon Entertainment has some very good packaging. I've never seen packaging quite like this. So when you open it up, there's like these tabs on the side of the cardboard that go into the cardboard and just keep it a little bit more secured when it's in transit. But when you open it, you notice that like the whole box is its own packaging. So these cardboard layers are similar to what Right Stuff adds into their packaging, but they add that inside of the box itself. But in this case, it's kind of like the box. This is what's like keeping the box all together. So it opens up and you guys saw something fell. So there was 2 layers of this cardboard, and in between them is this awesome little poster of Elden Ring. We got Millennia and Radagon. Oh man, I haven't played the game in a while, so I'm forgetting names, but I believe his name is Radagon. This is the iconic battle between them. We don't get to see this in the game, but it is kind of like lore of the video game. There's like a little cutscene of them about to go into battle, but we don't see the battle itself, unfortunately. It would be cool to see that at some point, maybe in a sequel or something, I don't know, or a prequel. But yeah, really cool artwork, very iconic scene right there. And if we keep going into the box set, we take out the other layer of cardboard and we are treated, oh, by the way, I just kind of gave away what this was by showing that artwork, but it is the Elden Ring art book collection. This is the official art book released by Udon Entertainment, and you could only get this through Udon Entertainment through their website, and you get this really nice outer hardback case for the 2 volumes, because there are 2 different volumes. And I believe it's the same as what was released in Japanese. I know Books Kinokuniya had a few Elden Ring art books in their stores a few months ago, but these are the English versions, which it's just all art, so it doesn't really matter, but the packaging is a lot different, and it is way, way, way better here in the States. We get, as you guys can see here, it is a nice hard book box set, and in Japan, they just released 2 soft cover art books, and it didn't look the greatest, which is why I didn't buy them. And honestly, I believe I paid less for this set than I would have paid if I bought those 2 art books at Books Kinokuniya, because they were pretty pricey. Not saying this was cheap, this was not cheap, but so far from what I can tell, it was definitely worth it. And I'll give you guys some close-up shots into this, but if you guys can still get your hands on this, from what I've seen so far, I would highly recommend it. But let's go ahead and take off the plastic layer and let's take a look at the art books themselves. You guys, I'm not lying when I'm saying I was just about to go out the door. I literally have my car on right now as I'm recording this so that it can cool down, because it is very hot in Texas right now. But wow, this looks beautiful. The Elden Ring in gold and black. It says official art book set. In the front, we got the iconic symbol for the game right there. And then in the back, we have the Urge tree. Pretty much it. I don't know what exactly is below it, but I do see the tree up here, and there's some waves. It looks very nice here in the back as well, but I do prefer this side over the other side. And if we take these books out, nothing else inside of the box. It just contains the 2 hardcover art books. We got volume 1 here and then volume 2 here to my left, and I believe you can buy these hardcovers separately. So if you don't go through Udon Entertainment, you can still buy volume 1 and volume 2 separately. The price for each of them is here on the back, so they're 60 bucks each. But man, I love the look of these hardcovers. So on this side, man, I forgot the names of all the characters, but I believe he was the first Elden Lord, and I forgot his name. You do have a big battle with him towards the end of the game, which was awesome. Loved that battle. But yeah, he's very cool. And then this guy, I honestly don't even remember him from the game. Like, where did he come up? I don't know. Maybe this is meant to be us, the player, because we do have an option to wear this type of armor. But yeah, let's take a look at Volume 1 first, and then we'll go into Volume 2. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the cameras to a hand cam, and we'll take a closer look at these box sets, or at these art books. All right, so here's Volume 1. I am sorry for the glare. It does have sort of like a glossy finish to it, so there's going to be some reflection. But there's the front cover, looks really nice. Here is the spine. And then the back, if you guys wanted to take a look at that. So what does it say for Volume 1? So Volume 1 features the art from the opening cutscene, concept arts of the areas and dungeons found in the land between, as well as NPCs and armor. We're quickly going to take a look at the cover of Volume 2. We've already kind of taken a look at it. Here's just a closer look. Here's the spine. So for the spines, we do have different swords here. This is the Great Sword, I believe it's called, the one that Ronnie gives us, which I loved. I actually used this sword to beat this guy, and it made it super easy, actually. So I loved that sword. Unfortunately, it wasn't great with the final boss. It took me forever to beat the final boss if you guys were following my streams. But then for Volume 2, we have this sword, which I believe is the Ice and Fire sword. So this one was very cool as well, but I personally didn't use it as much. But both iconic swords from the video game. And then if we look at the back of Volume 2, it says that Volume 2 includes art of the foes, great and small, that threaten to end the player's journey, the weapons used to slay them, and even a list of many items found within the game. So yeah, I guess this one's more like the heroes, and this one is the villains, I believe. So it just depends what kind of artwork you want. If you just want to pick one of these up, I think I would personally, I don't know, which one has Ronnie? I would think Ronnie is in Volume 1. So I would probably pick that one up because she is my favorite character in the whole series. So let's go inside and take a look at what's inside of these. I won't go through every single page, but I will kind of just flip through and show you guys a few pages from here. Starting off with the table of contents, you guys can take a look at that and make your choice on what it is you guys want. It looks like it's a little bit blurry. I'm trying to focus as much as I can. There you go. So it doesn't necessarily have Ronnie's name anywhere, but if anything, she would be towards the back, characters, tarnished, and others. But as it says here, it's mainly all about the different locations within the game. So honestly, if it were up to me, it seems like the majority of this book is just all the locations. So I would think Volume 2 might be the better art book, but let's go ahead and open it up and we'll take a look at the first few pages here. This is the opening cutscene, as it mentions right there. Very cool scene, man. If you played the game, just the opening cutscene is super epic. The music playing. Oh, there's my girl Ronnie. Beautiful artwork right there. But yeah, the opening, like the music that it's playing throughout this opening is just amazing, and just throughout the whole game, the music is just beautiful. But I forgot how much the opening cutscene reveals about all of the characters. We get pretty much all the main like bosses that we're gonna fight throughout the series here. We got Millennia, Radagon. I don't even know, I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but this is the artwork that we do see here in this poster here. So yeah, this scene is even shown just in the opening cutscene. I believe they show it a little bit right before we're about to fight Radagon, but I don't recall. And then here's where we lie, the Tarnished. So I'm gonna go through every page here in the opening cutscene just because it's just recalling everything that happens throughout the game pretty much. I feel like, did they wake up all the Tarnished? Like, were they all dead and then they got revived at the beginning of the game? That's what I'm kind of gathering through looking at this art book now that I'm looking at it, which is interesting. Then we got some promotional art here. So this is the cover for Volume 2. This is the cover for Volume 1. Lots of cool stuff here. Here's the different classes that you can choose before you start the game. I went with, where is it? Astrologer, because I didn't want to use magic, and it ended up coming clutch. Except for the last battle. Magic was not good, I think, very much in the last battle. But everywhere else, I loved using magic. It was pretty cool. So now I'm going to kind of just flip through a few pages here. There's pretty much all the different locations in the game. I did see some dragons there, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a look through all of this art book. What I don't like much though is how much they cut off from the page. Like, why leave all of these white borders? I would prefer they fill up the page with art, in my opinion. Like in this case, when they're showing different stuff, it makes sense. But when it's just one big scene, like, why not fill up the whole page, in my opinion? But let's go towards the end now. Oh man, hated this place. Everybody hates this place. For those of you guys that played the game. But let's go at the back and we'll take a look at all of the NPCs and stuff like that. So here they are, characters tarnished another. So these are all the different NPCs throughout the video game. Oh, there's not Melania. I forgot how to pronounce her name. I forgot, guys. But she is the one that gives us our steed, which I forgot his name too. Oh, and there's Ronnie. Okay, so let's get a close-up of her right here. Beautiful. Man, I really want to get a statue of her, but her statues are... The one that I really like is pretty expensive, so I don't think I'm going to get it. But it's pretty much looks kind of like this, her sitting on a throne. So that looks very cool. We got the front and the back. And then we got Blythe. And what else do we got here? I'm just gonna flip through the rest. I've already showed off the characters that I care about. This is some of the armor that we could use throughout the game. Let's see if the armor that I used is anywhere here. I think I might have passed it already. But beautiful character design through in this video game. It's such a beautiful game, guys. If you guys haven't played it, I definitely recommend it. It was definitely my favorite game of the year it came out, which I believe was last year, 2022 or 2020. Yeah, 2022. And that's it for volume 1. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at volume 2 now. We already saw the cover. Let's go to the table of contents. Here it is. So what do we get in here? So part 4, bosses and enemies. Part 5, mighty armaments. And then part 6, it's inventory, item icons, and others. So a lot of the weapons are going to be in here. Let's go through the first few pages looking at all the bosses and get reminded all the horrible times that we had with them, including this dude. I don't know why, this dude just gave me the hardest time, both him and then the beast that you have to fight afterwards. But Godric the Grafted, I believe he is the first main boss that you fight in the video game. Really cool boss fight. When the game came out, everybody was talking about what a hard time they were having with him. But then through like New Game Plus and New Game Plus, he was like a piece of cake. Then we got Renala. This was one of my favorite boss fights. I don't know why. I just loved like the concept of the fight where you had to destroy one of these, like I think you destroyed 3 of these girls and then you were able to actually attack her. I don't know, it was just an interesting fight. I liked it. I've heard some people didn't really like this boss fight, but I personally thought it was really cool. It was the most interesting boss fight in the game, I think. So we'll go ahead and continue. Here we got Margaret. Wait, I think Margaret was the first. Yeah, Margaret was the first boss fight. It was like the warm-up boss fight for before you had to fight Godric the Grafted. So yeah, this was the first guy that everybody was talking about that they were having a hard time with. And did I say the name right? Radon. It's Radon, not Radagon. So it's Star Scrooge Radon. Actually, I'm lying. I think this was my favorite boss fight in the whole game. Because there was a really cool thing that happens midway through the fight. When you give him enough damage, he starts coming into the battlefield and just dealing massive damage. And the first time I saw that, I was like, what the hell? How am I supposed to deal with that? And then you just kind of have to figure it out as you play the game. Get good, as they say. Okay, as I keep flipping the pages, I'm reminded of the boss fight, and this one was cool as well. But I think this one, I like this one better. But this one was very difficult. I remember taking quite a while to beat this guy, but it was also very fun. Man, going through all of this makes me kind of want to play the game again. With this boss fight, I kind of cheated. I used help from online and somebody helped me defeat him because I couldn't. Same thing with Millennia. I couldn't defeat her myself. I went online and grabbed some help from some online buddies. But beautiful boss fight. It is the most difficult one, but not the most fun in my opinion. Like I mentioned, I think Radon and Renala and the other dude were more fun in my opinion, Ricard. But all still beautiful boss fights. Then we got the Dragon Lord Placidus. Beautiful fight as well. I love dragons, so I love this fight as well. And there was a lot of dragons in this game, which was very cool. Then we got Godfrey, first Elden Lord. So I was right. His name is Godfrey. I forgot his name at the beginning, but that's gonna do it, guys. This is Radagon. Radagon was the name of the last guy, the last battle that we have. So this, I actually did beat this myself though, if I remember. No, I think I did use some online help for this too. I thought I did do it. I can't remember, to be honest, but it was not fun at all. I hated that boss fight. During this boss fight, there was a glitch and I just like beat him from the beginning, which was pretty cool. This guy was pretty fun. So yeah, this artwork, this art book, I would say is the better of the two because it just reminds you, if you've played the game, it just reminds you of all the amazing boss fights that you've had throughout the game, and it's making me recall me playing through the video game, and it makes me want to play through it again. So I didn't get this feeling when I was going through volume 1 of the art books, but very cool stuff here. We got a lot of pages. Now we're getting into some of like the more minor bosses in the game, or just the minor enemies throughout the world. So yeah, I remember the first time I fought a giant, I was so scared to go up against it because I was like a noob at the video game. So yeah, it took me like 30 minutes just to fight one because I kept running away. That was funny. Okay, so I'm gonna go through, I think that was it for all of the boss fights. There's another awesome dragon. So let's go ahead and flip through the rest of these pages here. I'll just kind of give you a glimpse into what's inside of the rest of this art book. I will take a look at the rest of this myself later because, as I mentioned earlier, I have my car on it and I need to go. So yeah, that's what you can see towards the back. What do we have here? We have just like, these are like the images that we got when we got our trophies or achievements if you played it through Xbox, which I did. So then here's all of the different symbols. These are the great runes. Yeah, the rest of this is just the different weapons. So really quickly, this guy right here. This was my weapon throughout the whole game, the Moonveil Katana. Such an awesome weapon, man. Makes me want to play through the game again. I need to go through and do a second playthrough with a different weapon. Just experience the game through another lens, I suppose, and just another type of build, maybe a strength build or something. But all right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. For those of you that were planning to pick these up, I hope this helped. If it did, definitely let me know in the comments section down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.